Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. I'm going to run you through basically how to install your L7 into your Flywing module. So ignore the frame, it's just my little test module. What's important is the Flywing Bell 206 module you'll recognize here. So for clarity of wiring, I don't have the servos at the back, the servo plugs, because I think it's just going to be too messy. So I flipped my unit around, which does two things. The arrow is now pointing backwards, basically. Well, it is in sense, but it also clears up the wiring because your left servo cable is now on the left and your right servo cable is on the right. Otherwise, we'd have to cross them over somewhere here, which is a bit untidy. So there's a few things we need to do. So let's go through it. So left-hand servo, which is this one here, goes into port 1. Goes into port 1. Right-hand servo, which is this one, goes into port 2. A rear servo, which is over here, goes into port number 3. From the ESC, the tail signal will go into number 4. The actual ESC goes into number 8. Yeah. And the receiver, your standard receiver, goes into the receiver port. Now, one thing of note, the signal wire is the one on this side here, okay? And the negative is on this side here. So all the little white wires must be on this side, except, of course, as we know, the Flywing ESC is just the wrong way around for some reason. So this white here is not the signal wire of the ESC. It's in fact the negative. So that needs to be here on the outside. Yeah. So don't put that's just reflection. That's not white paint, by the way. So don't put the white wire of the ESC on the same side as the servo signal wires. Okay. And in fact, if you look here, there's the negative and there's the signal. So the ESC is, of course, flipped the wrong way around. Flywing's ESC, I'm talking about this one here. Yeah. So that white is not signal, it is negative. With that in mind, if you're going to plug in a GPS, which I would assume you do, it's going to go into this GPS 2 port on the side here, not the one in the front, not this GPS 1. It must go into the side, and the cable of that GPS must face towards the front. Yeah, let's flip that around. So there we go. You can just follow this exactly. Where this puck sits is immaterial. I've just stuck it to the side here. It works perfectly fine. I'm sure you could even put it on top here if you don't have the space, but mine is like this. Works good, and it's in the GPS 2 port, yeah, not the GPS 1 port. If you're going to fit an LED, which I would assume that you will do, that goes into the one and only LED port over here. For the time being, mine is just hovering about here. The USB port is on the side, and so just make sure that it's plugged in the right direction. And from memory, the flat part of the plug, yeah, so ignore the color wires here. That's could be different on yours, but the flat part of the plug is on top. Okay, so it will fit both ways, but it won't work. It'll only fit one direction. It'll only work in one direction. So there's the USB port over here. What else? Okay, we don't have a battery monitor, so this little cable that's from the ESC is not used. But we do have to splice the main power cables of the flight controller, which come out the back here, yeah, You have to splice them into your main power supply. So I've put them right here by the ESC. You could make a little plug that goes in between, whichever suits you, but you will be needing power from here. It will power up from this ESC cable, but that won't be enough to run everything. So you do need to splice that in. What else? Of course, nice and solid mounted, yeah. Nice and straight as possible. This is your little Bluetooth wire. But let's go to the software, and there's a few things we need to do. So here we are in the software. We're going to set the throttle settings to external gov set point. We're going to use that. We're going to have the tail motor direct fixed pitch whatever. So that's the one there. Let me just check that. It's the third one down. What else? We are going to reverse these two servos. Let's just go to the radio. We're going to reverse these two servos here. Yeah. This is your Swashplate trim section over here. Make sure that it's trimmed nicely. You'll see my values are a little bit odd, but my Swashplate is level and I have 0 pitch in acro mode. You do your normal radio calibration, all of that. Make sure everything works properly. You're going to do a compass calibration. We're going to switch this one on. We're going to press start, and then you can go calibrate your compass. I just did it inside, it works fine. Make sure your flight modes are active. So I have on my radio GPS, ATI, return to home. In my case, I've actually got GPS and ATI here, like I always do. That's a different video. So just get your values, just pick the values that you need here, wherever your switch is. So in other words, if your switch is on top, yeah, make sure that you're between 0 and 1200. I've got mine at 1000. Then I have alt hold. I've got it 1400 on mine. Yes. And then I have a 3D mode or acro. I have somewhere else. But if you need more info on that, just let me know. And one very important thing is your Swashplate selection. We're going to go H3120. Yeah, we're going to use that. This should all be basically standard here. You can set your max and min pitches here. And I'm just in the Heli setup at the moment. So my numbers are 1850 and 1100. That gives me 14 minus 9. And then also important is the orientation. Now, although we've mounted this backwards, we don't tell it that it's backwards. We just say 0, none. Okay. And what we have then done is just going to the servo outputs. We've flipped these two servos here. Okay. As well as, let's go to the radio. We're going to go here. We're going to go reverse. We're going to reverse channel 2, channel 5. So we're going to reverse those two. You just assign your motor arm GPS modes as you usually do. Just make sure that they're all working in your flight modes here. Yeah, so that's all standard stuff. And there was one other thing. One other thing is if you're flying and the heli drifts to the left or drifts to the right, then this is your setting here. AHRS trim. Okay. And if I, there we go, compensates for the roll angle. If you move it left and the swash plate also, the swash plate, so if you're moving your Heli left and the swash plate is doing this, then that's just going to, so if you tilt your Heli left and the swash plate also goes left, well, that's not going to work. So the swash plate has to move in the opposite direction. So if you tilt your Heli left, the swash plate must move right. Yeah? I'll try and demonstrate it here one more time. I don't know if that's going to be visible. So I'll roll it. I'm not sure that you can see that. Maybe this way. Can you see the swash plate trying to correct in the opposite direction? Yeah, so that's highly important. Check that before you go fly.